Hey guys, Paul back here again with a brand new video. In this one, we're going to be taking a quick hands-on look at the 2020 United States Championship Replica Belt. I have done a full breakdown of this belt, a full review where I removed the plates from the strap. I looked at it in detail, so if you want to see an in-depth review of this belt, please check that out. But as far as this video goes, I was just wanting to do a real close-up of the belt. A few people asked for some more in-depth shots, so that's what we're doing in this one. As mentioned in the previous video, the simulated leather strap looks really good, really detailed. I'm a big fan of this. The flexibility of it is still terrible, in all honesty. The material used is not good. You can see this side's a little bit more weighed down because of the tip, so it seems a little bit more flexible. But to be honest, the simulated leather straps, they look really nice, but the quality of them ain't great still. But that's not really the main point of the belt. The plates themselves on this are honestly just outstanding. I mean, right off the bat, you can see the thickness of the plates there. Insane. The distance, right off the bat there, you can see the thickness of the plates is just absolutely insane. You can see the depth in which the eagle actually pops out from the plate there, which is pretty crazy. I mean, that's just mad. Same with the letters actually, and that's the United States and the champion lettering. It pops out, it's 3D like crazy. All the details on the feathers as well. I mentioned this in my detailed review as well, but I love that these areas are raised, the parts of the flag. Really impressed with that. And of course, all the detail in the feathers is just outstanding. The letters themselves, the champion letters, pop out of the plate about 8 to 10 mil, a little bit less from the M, as you can see, and it pops out more on the outer edges of the C and the N, whereas the United States lettering pops fantastically as well as all the stars underneath. They look really good, the gold ones included. I must say, I think the stars are my favorite part of this belt, to be honest, just because of the fact that they're 3D and they pop out so well. I mean, look at that. You can see the texture behind it looks really good. The point of the texture is in the lighting, as you can hopefully see there. When I angle it, the light will catch the texture nicely in certain angles and it will pop really well. So I really appreciate that they've done that on this belt. Even on the side plates and all the etched areas, you can see the texturing there. Looks just fantastic. The stars themselves, I know a lot of people have commented that this area should be painted blue, and I think I probably agree, but I think it looks fantastic either way. The fact that it has that texture, that even without the blue paint, it catches the light and it would kind of give it a different effect, kind of makes up for the lack of blue paint, but I do get what people mean. I think it probably would make a bit more sense having blue paint on the center plate up there, and maybe even just a little paint on the side plates somewhere. They do look a bit bare in my opinion, but I love the gold and silver coloring on the removable side plate. I think that looks really good. It ties in nicely with the rest of the plate. And I do like also as well that the side plate itself is loosely based off of the side plates on the previous US belt. So I'll flip the belt over and just give a quick look at the back. Like I mentioned in my video review of this, you can see just because of how many details pop out of the belt, especially that eagle, that it doesn't really lay flat very well. It tends to wobble. But I mean, that's not anything. What am I talking about? As you can see, of course, that the tip's a bit interesting. It looks a bit generic in my opinion. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it doesn't scream United States. So I think, well, this might just be the style of tip they might use going forward, I'm not sure. But given the fact that it doesn't have anything like stars or an eagle, kind of says to me that it's not specifically designed for this belt, so it might kind of just be the new tip that they'll be using. We'll have to wait and see on that. I'm not entirely sure. It's just a theory, really. But again, just want to give as good a run through of this belt as possible. That logo pops like crazy as well, by the way. The thing I like about the logo as well is the swoosh. The red swoosh is curved with the plate like that, whereas the two W's, the WWE part, is raised up and it's flat. So it kind of gives a cool effect where the swoosh is curved with the plate, whereas the W's pop, which makes them seem a little more prominent, in addition with the texture behind it making them pop. In certain lighting, it will catch the light well. It will show up as black in certain lighting, so it's a little bit of a different effect for this belt in certain areas. I already mentioned the eagle, but just look at that detail. The head pops out like crazy as well. It's certainly a very unique belt. I don't think there's anything like this in the slightest. Like, that is just insane. But yeah, I think that's everything there was to show about this belt. I just wanted to give a quick hands-on with this so you can kind of see just what there is to this belt. It is a hefty replica, honestly. It just feels solid. It's a whole nother level. Like, you kind of need to see it in person to fully comprehend how detailed it is, how like crazy thick the details are. But I hope this video and my detailed review I made are sufficient enough for anyone wanting to see those details. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give the video a thumbs up. A lot of people have been doing that lately, and it genuinely does help me with the channel. So much appreciated. Subscribe if you want to see more. Cheers.
Yo, monkeys, it's me, DDP. And if you want to get one of the greatest belts made for you, go to Paulmartinbelts. That's right, sucker.